Hey guys, I'm Clinton, tennis coach from Germany. I'm going to take you through how to play the sport of tennis. There's many levels of tennis. At the highest level, tennis is compared to boxing or chess, with its tactics and athleticism. But it's also perfect for the recreational player who wants to overall improve their coordination, balance and fitness. Tennis has been played since the 19th century, known as the lawn tennis, and not much has changed since. We play tennis on a rectangular tennis court, marked by white lines, mirroring two sides, divided by a tennis net in the middle. Tennis is played as 1 versus 1 or doubles 2 versus 2, and the mission is to hit the ball over the net inside the white lines to win a point. So talking about hitting the ball over the net, we have to hit the ball inside the lines. So the lines are very important in tennis. We have the service line, the center service line, and there's a single side line, a double side line, a baseline, and a little center mark which divides the court in the middle half. In singles play, the ball must land inside the rectangular outline by the baseline, the single sidelines and the net. In doubles play, the double sidelines are used instead of the single sidelines. To play the sport of tennis, we need 3 main things: a tennis racket, tennis balls and a pair of tennis shoes. You probably heard ready, play, or at the end of the match, game, set, match. But what does actually game, set, match mean? Let me break it down for you. To win a match, one player needs to win a certain amount of sets, mostly 2, sometimes 3. A set is won by having won 6 games. To win a game, a player must basically win 4 points. 15 is used to mean 1 point, 30 to mean 2 points, and 40 to mean 3 points. When the players have no points, the match starts at 0. We call it love. So every tennis game starts with love. At 40-40, the score is called deuce. The service score is always called first. For example, if the server has won 1 point in this game and the returner has won 2 points, the score will be called 15-30. If the server has won 3 points and the returner has not won any, the score will be called 40-0. However, if the players are tied at 3 points each, the score becomes deuce. At deuce, the game becomes a tug of war. Winning a point at deuce grants advantage to a player, and winning a point with advantage wins the game. If a player gains the advantage and then loses the next point, the score returns to deuce. So in order to win a game from deuce, a player must win 2 points in a row. Sometimes tournaments will use a no-ad scoring system. A game is won simply by whoever first wins 4 points. At deuce, a sudden death point is played. To start a match, we first need to decide who's going to start serving first, or maybe returning first. You can either flip a coin or spin your racket to see if it lands up or down. So the winner of the toss gets to decide if he wants to serve or receive, or if he wants to decide what end he wants to start the match. Depending on the sun or the wind, it can be a tactical advantage. Once the match begins, players alternate serves after every game. That means one player serves for an entire game. Once the game is done, the next player serves, and so on. A match naturally starts at 0-0. The server has 2 attempts to achieve a serve inside the serve box. If he misses the first serve, he gets a second attempt. If he misses the second attempt into the net or outside the white lines of the service box, it's called a double fault. So to explain the service position at the beginning of the point, let's examine the court. The court is divided by the net in 2 sides and then divided by the center mark also into 2 sides, called the deuce side and the ad side. So the server starts the point from the deuce side of the court and hits the ball over the net into the deuce service box of the other side of the court. The server has to stay behind the baseline for the entire serve till the serve is made. After that, the serve box no longer matters. The returner hits the ball back over the net and you have to try to outmaneuver the opponent by hitting the ball inside the white lines of the single court. The ball is not allowed to bounce twice, very important rule in tennis. If the ball goes out, you lose the point. The ball does not have to bounce, as you can volley it. A ball that lands touching a line, even if just barely, counts as in. The player's position when hitting the ball does not affect whether the ball is in. If a player touches the ball with any body part after point has begun, that player loses a point. A player who reaches across the net to hit a ball, or who touches the net at all, during a point also loses the point. Unlike in some sports, the receiver can still win the point. When the server hits the net and the ball goes over the net and inside the service box, the ball is called a let and the point will be replayed. If the ball hits the net and goes out, that's called a fault. If you can win the game not serving, that means the receiver wins the game. That is called a break, so the serve is broken. Tennis is for everyone, from young to old, super fit to casual. Doesn't matter your ability, everyone can join in. Go out there and enjoy your game.